Hello, folks. Good evening. Happy Friday. Hope you've all had a great week. And welcome to Something More Than Gibberish. Today, our featured guest is Kem Dike. He's a local from from Tampa, Florida. He's quite regularly in attending live sessions around the Tampa area and Sarasota, where it was happening there. You're going to love this gentleman's work. He's had quite a lot of successes where some of his work was turned into short films as well, which is quite a success. So looking forward to getting to know Kem in more detail, especially the journey into his writing, what got him started, and hear some of his work. And so, just to recap, we're now, as of 2024, we're going to be running the Something More Than Gibberish every fortnight or every 2 weeks, every second Friday. So, looking forward to getting this show underway. Gemini's in the room, and I think Kem's also in the room. So let's bring up Gemini and Kem, and we can welcome everybody else to the room. Gemini, on cue. Then I can bring Kem up as well. And fingers crossed that Instagram will behave itself today. And hello, ma'am. How are you?
Sir, I'm well.
Good to see you.
I,
Seems like ages since we're doing the show every 2 weeks now. It seems like a long gap, but yeah. Hey, Kem, how are you?
I
Hey,
know, sir.
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Very well, very well. Great to see you. It's been a while since we talked about getting you on the show. Well, here it
Yeah,
is.
it's
Um,
it's finally good to be on the show. I just wanted to make a quick correction. Like I know you introduced me as Kem Dike, but the last name is actually pronounced DK.
DK, okay.
Yes.
So it's Kem Dike. Uh, I even got your name wrong on the flyer. I had it as Kembe,
Yeah.
Kembe. So Mama Fox didn't correct me either, so it went out like that. But I corrected it on the cover page, and I corrected it on the upcoming guest promotion that I posted yesterday. I think it was. So my apologies for
Uh,
that.
You threw me under the bus. I have student brain. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it.
Student brain. Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
I'm not excuse for everything.
But thank you also for jumping on short notice too, and sending through your bio and the profile pic and things like that. No, thank you very much for all that, and thank you, Gemini, for coordinating all that quite quickly as well. So I'm glad it worked out this way. So, um, anything from you, Gemini? You look like you got a lot to say there.
I do.
You normally do.
To those of you in Tampa, you know that Kembe is one of the poets that I look up to. I appreciate. I love his work. I talk about him when he's not around. I talk about him when he is around. And you'll often hear me say, "That's my baby." And if I say "that's my baby" about any poet, no, I mean what I say, and don't mess with my baby. That's it.
Fair enough. So you've got a lot of babies here, haven't you?
Yes, I do. I have two children and several poet babies.
well, well, I should say welcome to Gemini's fold, Kim. Kim, welcome to her fold.
Yes, it's like it's a huge honor. I mean, especially your dad. I mean, because I myself I look up to Gemini, but to hear from her that she looks up to me, that's very humbling.
Oh, well, you're welcome, my dear. Your poetry is authentic, it's transparent, and you have everything. You're in touch with your own emotions, so you're able to connect to the crowd. And then you're not shy with your humor, so you're able to connect to the crowd. So yeah, so I appreciate seeing your creativity and seeing you blossom as far as sharing it with everyone. It's always been there. So I'm happy that we're all privileged to see it now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You said a very vital thing that to me anyway, Stephanie. It's important as writers for us to be in touch with their emotions, and that way the authenticity comes out as well. We're not just writing words to fill pages or that sound good, but that authenticity of the message we're narrating comes through. And to do that, I think you really got to be very much in touch with the emotions and be very true to your emotions as well. So really valid point there, Gemini. Really love that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So where did it all start for you, Kem? What made Kem put pen to paper?
All right. Well, I'll say this. For me, as what I can remember, I remember at least writing like I read my first poem in school, like at 12, like in seventh grade. But if you ask my mom, she'll disagree and say it was far earlier than that. You know, I mean, because she'll always bring up a time that I trace my like at 4 I trace my hand on a piece of paper and I show it to her and she told me that I would draw it and I show it to her and saying like as saying something like this is what I want to do to you or something. I was like, whoa, hold up, because the things that I have no problems with my mom. I love her. We are very close and stuff. Like I never have a problem with her. And like the fact she told me this I was thinking, wow, like I was a I was a pretty fucking rotten kid. It's like, you know, and she said that what I don't like what I can't express like just saying it out like I would put it to like I'll put it to like any type of art whether I draw it or write it out because
Oh,
you know at least early when I was much younger it was hard for me to even express myself even to this day even to this day now I'm trying to I'm trying to get more like I'm trying to you know express myself more not just with poetry but you know just out in
Mhm.
general you know so that way I won't be afraid of hurting people because it was like out of fear of hurting others even though there's others who hurt
mm,
me so instead of you know just like yelling out or lashing out at them I just put it down on paper so that's how it started and I haven't stopped since.
nice.
Number one, mums know best, so we'll go with what your mums had to say because mothers know their kids better than we know ourselves as
Like,
children. But that's also a very selfless attitude that I really love. Where you said to avoid hurting people, even though those people hurt you,
mhm,
right? Normally, vengeance comes easy, right? Revenge is an easy an avenue. I've been a very vengeful person in my youth and to some extent even now.
mhm,
But
mhm.
if it's driven by injustices, but that's a beautiful, selfless attitude to have as a young child. Can really respect that in you. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much it's pretty much like what you keep in mind being the oldest child in your family and stuff. So, you know,
Yeah, I was the oldest girl in my family, so I can understand that. And like, yes, it on one hand, it's a beautiful thing. To be able to withhold emotion and withhold your words and withhold action to protect other people. And it's on the other hand, um, my son and other African American men have stated this to me, that they don't feel that they're allowed to. That coming from them, it seems scarier. It seems it seems more aggressive, and so you have to become kind of quiet and kind of go along. I love the fact that poetry is giving you an avenue to let that out, so you don't have to hold it in anymore.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, poetry in like many ways, art in general, like especially poetry, like say like has saved my life. I know it's a cliche, everybody has to like say that, but it genuinely really
Mm.
has, cause it introduced me to new people, especially like almost 3 years ago and stuff. So I connected with like more friends who also became family, you know, and there was like and there was not a lot of like egos and stuff in that, like within the community. We're just each helping each other out, complimenting each other, and then being more open. It has really helped me a lot, for real.
Beautiful. Well, I'm happy to be part of that family.
Hmm.
The and what you said, Gemini, that's very relevant. Like, particularly as a child, as adults, we develop other coping mechanisms to help us with not being able to let out the pain that's in us. But as children, we can that can really distort our mindset as we're developing. You know, like a young branch growing, and if it's stunted from sunlight or from growth, it can get twisted up. And in a young child's mind that's growing and developing, I think being able to express that in a poetic form or in a written form, if you can't verbally express it, I think that's really a key asset in helping a healthy growth, right?
Yes. And you never stop growing. That's the beautiful part about it. So I can't wait to see what more you come up with. The what other ways you are able to use your writing to connect and to communicate. Um, because those yams.
Oh god, so I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
Oh my God. If you guys were here in Tampa at Girl House's first Monday open mic, the very first time Kembe shared the poem about yams. That's all I'm going to say. If you were not there, you surely missed it. And if you were not at the poetry slam where he performed that, you surely missed it again. You're missing out a lot. I don't know if he's going to share it tonight, but
I have to. Like, people just waiting. People like just waiting on it. You mentioned it. You know, I get there. It's like, hey, it's like, hey, like write some about like Kim. Yeah, my name's Kim, of course. Besides eating pizza, I like yams. So I was like, yeah, go throw the yams. Even to even to I like even the I am. Shout out to I am. I don't know if she's like in the chat, like watching live, but yeah. She especially loves reference, like has any chance she gets, she loves reference yams into it. I was like, oh, we're talking about flyers. Like, oh, these people need to learn how to read. I was like, oh, these people need to learn how to read instead of like partying. It's like, yeah, that's right. They gotta learn how to read. Well, also, what's good brain food? Those yams. It's like,
but I think we can end with the yams. I definitely think we can end with the yams. Um
yeah.
Rainier,
I,
since
I,
you
I also could do the sequel of it too. I have like,
oh, you have to do both of them. Rainier, since you told me that I did not proofread the flyer, you have on here Ken. It's Kem, Kem as in mother. See,
Uh,
I'm doing my job as a co-host.
oh,
that was
you,
a
you,
typo. That was
you
my
put me
typo.
as
That
Ken.
that was fingers on the phone while listening to what Kem was. I'm listening to the conversation. You know, I'm a male. I can't multitask, right? So
Lord
while
heaven,
I was
here we go again with the Mary
That's
Male.
not an excuse.
so
So,
while I was listening to the conversation and trying to type on a small little keyboard on my phone, well, my chunky little fingers weren't very adept. My apologies. It is Kem,
Yeah,
Kem, folks. Um, so, Kem, I was blessed to hear a couple of your pieces on my other live that I run later on tonight at 10 p.m. One time you popped in, and I was certainly, and that's when we even had this chat, right? To get
right.
you on the show. So I'm really new to your work, so I'm very, very much looking forward to hearing and expounding on your other work. Charles has certainly corrected everybody. Kemm. Thanks, Charles. Thank you.
I'm typing up a new message so you can go ahead and since my fingers are not as fat as yours, but they are short. Um I'll go and tap it up so you can go ahead and pin it because Charles don't play.
Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to hearing so much more of your work, Kim, and so before we get there though, so you mainly perform in live events, or do you have a regular posting on your page on Instagram,
I
or do
mean,
you jump onto lives and recite a lot of your work like you did with my other show on Origin of Thought?
well, if there's any, and usually if there's anybody who records me performing, whether I request it or not, I mean, by the way, when I say if I don't request it, that means you could still record me. I don't mind being recorded. So I'm gonna just let everybody know that. I'm not be like, oh, don't record me. No, like you can record. I don't really care. But I'm saying any type of recording or something, I upload it. Or like there's some stuff that I've written, I'll put them as a post. So there's some stuff that I've written, and then will share up on my page, and like one of them, like probably three of them that I've like at least two of them that I've written that I've wrote. One is called Magnolia and Sunflower, which is a poem about two caged birds that I saw in St. Petersburg, Florida, and the guy who guy who was watching me was telling me a story about how they're united and stuff, and one and like in Magnolia, who's the male is falls for the other bird, Sunflower, but he seems to be on his one corner because he seems kind of shy to even try to make a move or whatever. So
Mm.
I wrote a poem like strictly on that.
Oh,
You know,
I love the title. Love the title.
yeah,
Magnolia Sunflowers.
yeah, because those are the birds'
Yeah, yeah.
names. Yeah,
beautiful.
I have it here. I mean, maybe I could warm up and start with that. So like at
I'd
least,
love to hear it. Yeah,
You read my
I'd
yeah,
love
mind.
huh?
You read my mind because I haven't heard that one before.
Okay. Oh, I guess you never seen them. All right. So, yeah.
You
So,
read
excuse me.
the time so I don't jump on your page like that.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. No problem.
Gemini. Yeah, just to be clear here, just to show that I too am proofreading. You've got a typo on that too. You go, hi folks, thanks for joining. Our features guest is a featured. You've swapped a D with an S. Just putting it out there,
At
but
least
Yeah.
I got his name right and I got his
Yeah.
handle. Thank you.
Y'all just coming out with the typos tonight, huh?
no, jeez.
All right. All right. So here. All right. Here's the first one: Magnolia and Sunflower. A couple of perfect strangers find each other caged up, locked down, never trapped, feeling their ways around each other. She explores, her eyes wander around. He's stationary, eyes fixated on her, infatuated by her red blush. He blushes, just so bashful. It's hard for him to make a play. She just plays hard to get, but secretly she likes him. Just want to make his heart race. They compliment each other, matching yellow colors, their reddish rosy cheeks, too shy to say what's on their minds as they communicate through song in harmony with their hearts. They differ in mindset and personality, yet connect with their feathered souls. Yep.
Oh, that's
Man,
beautiful.
sorry, Gemini. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm busting. I absolutely love that because I could talk about that poem for forever. They explore each other.
Mm-hmm.
We meet somebody, we get into a relationship, and most of us, for the most part, that's where it ends. But the fires of that relationship to burn and to continue to burn forever, it's so important that we continue to explore each other, right? That is so vital. That's otherwise that's where we start taking each other for granted. That's where we start straying because we've lost interest. That's where we grow apart.
Right.
And initially, you're so right. Sometimes it's hard for him to make a play, and she plays hard to get because we've got these fears. We're letting somebody into that inner sanctum, and we're trying to just share somebody else in that closeness. So we to buy us time to see, okay, is this person right? We play these games that sometimes I've seen relationships not eventuate because people couldn't get past those games, and
Mhm.
they hold these illusions, saying, and I think, oh well, she's not interested, and he walks away or she walks away. Uh, it's hard because we're exposing our vulnerabilities. We're letting somebody into our inner core there, right? And so we get a bit shy to say what's on our minds. And I think even for healthy relationships, where a common problem with relationships where one or the other strays
Right.
physically. Again, besides that intimacy of getting to know the person's inner self, but also getting to know them on a physical level to keep the fires of that sexual relationship burning as well, to keep it exciting, getting to know what does the other person um, what presses their buttons, what are their triggers, what does sometimes it might be just a without even sex, it's just sometimes just cuddling each other. That
Right.
can be a trigger. Sometimes just holding hands or just showing affection publicly. And us males, particularly, can sometimes forget this, and we think it's just that sexual pleasure and that's it. But sexual pleasure extends way, way, way beyond
Right.
that, right? And getting to know their triggers, and so it's a lifetime of exploring each other. And that one line, man, that is such a powerful line in that piece. The whole poem, it's just
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, that's what I had what I had in mind because I think because all the points that you pointed out, you said exactly what I was thinking, and then some. Because yeah, because sometimes with like with these intimate relationships, you're right, they don't always have to be
yeah,
sexual. So because at times, I do I because even me, I do like to hold hands in public, like hold hands like walking like wherever and stuff, or even like cuddling to watch a movie, something like because those type of intimacies I really do enjoy and cherish those. Those are the ones that I tend to remember the
yeah,
most. What with relationship?
Yeah, and that's beautiful. I like the part where you said she likes to see his heart race. Um, I can imagine she's just kind of scooting over and his little bird heart just beating under his breast. Um, and it's beautiful. New love is always beautiful.
Right,
The getting to know you portion. But just like Rainier said, it's the longevity, it's the keeping the fire going, the transparency, and when you first introduce yourself to someone, being yourself. So he was shy, and she was not that shy. and they were themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
that is why a relationship could last, because each person is being themselves. That way you don't get down the line and someone's like, well, you've changed, or you're not the person that I thought you were.
Right.
So it's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, and also depending on our cultural sort of surroundings too. Some, in some cultures, males feel a bit sort of like awkward holding their female's hand in their partner's hand in public, right? Or putting the arm around and showing them affection because it's seen as weak or inappropriate.
Right. Right.
I'm fortunate where I never gave a shit about what people around me thought. I did what felt right. But I know a lot of my friends and all struggle with it. And if your partner is one of those people who enjoys that affection, but trying to get to know, like we know ourselves, we know what we like and dislike, and now suddenly we need to get to know what are the things that the other person that we're getting to know likes and dislikes, and trying to keep those alive and thinking beyond what my likes are, but what the other person's likes are. Those are all healthy things into a relationship, and you captured the whole essence of that so much in that poem. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys love it.
Oh man, that's certainly set a high benchmark for the rest of the show. Now it
All right.
really has. I loved it. So, so you now, I know you had one of your or some of your work converted into a short film, and there's more in the pipeline for that.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So this piece, well, this could also be the next piece to to read. So the things that I only have one one poem that I made into a short film, which is called Yard Work. Like the second short film down, like the other short film that I'm working on currently, it has nothing to do with my poems, but like, and it's also like a far different from from this poem. So anyway, so Yard Work, I actually wrote after like pretty much based on when I was like working on the like pretty much on the backyard, right? And I was just raking leaves, and just like I wasn't being asked to, or anything, but I was just like sweeping, and I was picking up the avocados that had fallen from the avocado tree. Because when my grandmother was alive, she used to work on the garden, or work on my mom's backyard, because none of us would get into the backyard. My mom wouldn't go to the backyard because when she's just afraid of she's afraid of finding snakes there. And there has been like one or two little garden snakes that have been found. And I had to be the one to get them. But yeah, so one day, about like a few years ago, I was just raking leaves and stuff, just out like one Saturday morning, just by myself, because I said, hey, this so many leaves around here, let me just like clear this up. So I was just there, and I connected my phone to the Bluetooth speaker, and I was mostly playing Earth, Wind, and Fire, because I do listen to new music, but also like old school music. A lot of my go to music is like Earth, Wind, and
Yeah,
Fire, and stuff. So
I
I
love it
was
too.
listening. Yeah, so I was picking up, just like looking at this, make sure it's like clear and stuff. Because my grandmother had since passed. She passed like about 5 years ago. So this was like a few years after her passing. So just me like just me clearing up the yard, and like seeing the avocados and stuff, the stuff that she planted and whatnot. You know, especially that tree. Just reminded me of her. So it just put me
Mhm.
it just made that yard work not so hard. Like it made it not so hard. Just it made it less stressful, because just having music, just raking, and just keeping it nice. And like even like even feeling that she was around me. You know what I'm saying? So I
Oh,
just
that
felt,
was
yeah.
beautiful. It's like you're doing it to honor her. That was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mm.
So yeah, so so I wrote a poem about that, and then afterward, I said, man, I really want a short film. Like, however made a short film. Like I never made a short film with my poetry. So I said, yeah, let me go ahead and make that. I filmed it. I used my brother as the star, and then like I had him kind of do some yard work on while like filming him. I was filming angles and stuff, and then I recited the poem like in narration, and then I submitted to like many short films. I think I submitted to 16 of
Oh
them.
wow.
16 of them, yeah. 12 rejected me, right? 12 rejected. They did not select it to be featured, but only 3 of them did. So the first one that got selected, first one that selected me was this film festival called Indie Fest. So it's an online film festival. So not only I got selected, but I was also nominated for voiceover narration. So I was expecting to be nominated for that. So then like it happened, and then then probably like the next month or a few months later, I got an email, and like it was some informed me that that I won for best voiceover narration for the short film.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
and then, thank you. And the first, then the second film festival I got selected in was Sunscreen Film Festival in St. Petersburg. So it was like because I've been to that film festival many times, but it was like the first time I was there as a filmmaker. So it was pretty cool, and also it's cool to see I see my short film up on the screen, like up on the
Yeah.
big screen. Like wow, this is nuts, I didn't get nominated for anything, but I didn't really care. I didn't care about nominations. I just cared that it was like that it was playing.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then the third one that I was got selected was the Orlando Urban Film Festival. I wanted to go to that one because the first day they were going to play the film, and also it's going to be in the morning. But knowing my job, my coworkers, like one of them, like just like decided to take a random day off. She does this thing. She takes a random day off, and I don't even like and they just don't even let me know 2 weeks notice. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be off. I was like, oh crap, I'm trying to go to Orlando. Now I gotta stay here and work here. So I was like, I couldn't make it to that, but I'm pretty sure it went fine. I mean, they didn't see me there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good. So
There will be
you've
other.
obviously. Sorry, Jim.
I was just going to say there will be other opportunities. I'm so
Oh,
proud of you.
thank you. Oh yeah, definitely gonna be other opportunities. I mean, of course, like of course, this next short film that I'm working on. I mean, shoot, this like, and there's a lot of people helping me, especially one other poet who's I mean, I don't want to say too much on it, but like it'll be updated. I'm just saying it's like I'll notice that it's gonna be there's gonna be a lot gonna be a lot of cheese around. So that's all I can say about that. All right. So now that we talked to extent about the poem and the origins of yard work, I am going to share that next. All right. Early morning sunlight beams on my head. I look around at what comes ahead. Fallen leaves scattered over grandma's garden, avocado and mango trees grown from the yard in. A mischievous wind shakes the branches loose. Leaves form a cascade with little chance to reduce. As I rake the leaves to form a fragile hill, sweat trickles down my face at will. I pat the I pat the perspiration with the cloud of my tank. I raise my head to the sky as my mind goes blank. The sky of ocean blue hue warms anew. I feel grandma smiling down on me too. Continuing the work I started, finishing through the blisters forming with earth, wind, and fire blasting through the speakers. Who knew yard work can be rewarding? There we go.
And that was what was converted to the first film, correct?
Yes.
the imagery in that was really quite good. Really painted that picture of felt like I was actually out in the yard raking the leaves and growing and picking up the mangoes and the avocados. Um, yeah, beautifully captured and just gave that the inkling as well to as the strong relationship you had with your grandmother, the closeness you held her as well. That was
Yeah, and see, the thing is that see, the thing is that another thing about me is that I'm Nigerian, right?
Mhm.
And so my grandmother see the language she primarily speaks is she primarily spoke was Igbos because I'm of Igbo tribe, my family is, and the things that she could barely speak English, but she spoke Igbo, but also she was also fluent in Yoruba. So that was one, because the thing is that she wasn't even half Yoruba. She just knew how to she just was able to know how to speak Yoruba too. Like she was,
Mhm.
yeah, she was very she was very intelligent.
Yeah.
Because even though in a way it's like most of the times in times it was like in most times it was difficult to really speak to each other, like communicate verbally, but like but because of the love and closeness we had for her, we were able to communicate in different ways,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Spend time, just spend time with each other, just watching, watching movies or shows and stuff, and whatnot. It was just like and stuff, because everything, all the grandparents, she was like the one who pretty much always been there, like since like the day I was born, and then like in between in and out, like even to her last the last decade staying here with us in the States and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. One of the
And that's
I like a lot of music, like from different cultures, from different ethnicities. And King Sunny, when you mention Nigeria, whenever I think of Nigeria, it takes me to King Sunny Ade. I love his music. It's probably your parents' generation probably love it. King Sunny Ade. I don't know if you've come across his music. He was well known in Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. I mean, I know my parents know about him more than I do. So, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I've actually got some of his vinyls here. Some yeah that I listen to.
what I was going to
Alrighty.
say. I know that I'm off screen and I have to grab my son, so I do apologize. It's a little dark here and they let him off early, so my apologies. Um,
That's
you said that your grandma is Yoruba, but you know some Igbo, is it the other way around?
No, she's Igbo, but she knew how to speak the Yoruba language.
Yoruba.
Yeah, she's not.
I think that
Yeah,
is I think that is so beautiful because what people don't understand, in Nigeria and many of the African countries, those are tribes, those are two separate tribes. So
right.
it's not just a language. She took the time to understand the language of a different
mm,
tribe.
mm.
And in many places, they would consider her a wise woman, because to understand someone, you have to understand their language.
Yeah,
So hopefully, I get to know more about your grandma. She already has two things that, two loves that I appreciate very much, and that's avocado and mangoes. So we'll have to talk about avocado and mangoes after you get off the live.
right. Most definitely. Yeah,
And also, so the other thing too, because that's a generation above, it would have also warmed when you wrote that. It would have. So is it your mum's mum or your dad's mum? This grandma.
my mom's mom.
Yeah. So your mum, she would have been quite, her heart would have been quite warmed hearing her child writing on his bond to her mum, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I mean, she was one of the first people who saw the short film when it was complete, and she cried like the first time seeing it and hearing the words. So yeah, she was really touched by it.
And,
You know.
and with your brother playing the part as well, so it was a double whammy for her, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, she loved it. She loved the cinematography of it. She loved the words and stuff, and even the music. I didn't play the music, but I also want to give credit to damn, I'm gonna screw up her last name, but good friend of mine, Eva. Her real name is Evangelia.
Hmm.
She's a pianist, but also she's also a fantastic poet as well. She's someone who I knew like from who I know from St. Pete. So she's been busy. I haven't spoken to her I haven't spoken to her in a minute. She's been busy doing her thing and stuff. So you know, but yeah, I just want to give her credit because if it wasn't for her, like it was for her with the music. I don't think it also would have also as hit as much. It just needed that little push, and she also gave that push too, because she
Yeah.
was. Because she was there at the house when I showed the short film to my family. So yeah.
So do you obviously that the filmmaking is also a passion as well as the writing, which they go so well hand in hand. So you've been building up your arsenal of equipment for shooting these films and so forth just at home, or have you been getting external? Because it's not quite like picking up a microphone and doing a recording, right?
Right.
You need some settings and you need some mouse there as well to create some effective visual sort of footage. So you've obviously been dabbling in that and building up your arsenal of equipment, or
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so far I only have the things. I only have one camera, which is a Canon 80D,
Mhm.
so it's a DSLR. And the things that it shoots in full HD. I know a lot of people say like, oh, I shoot 4K. I mean, I first of all first of all, like 4D cameras, they cost some money. So I'm trying to I'm like at least I'm trying to get I am gonna get a 4D camera, but a 4K camera, but the camera that I use and like what I used to film this short film, it worked
Mm.
wonders. I think that whatever equipment that you have, because the thing is that because another thing in the film is that yeah, you could have the best picture that you can have, but you cannot have crappy sound.
Mm. Mm.
So so the sound is like it's like the big thing, I mean, because if we were still living in the silent film era, then shoot, I wouldn't have to worry about that. I'll just have some motherfucker just play the piano on like off to the side, and then I just type the words on the screen. But
Yeah.
gotta make it because gotta make it sound right because yeah, like I can make a nice looking picture even with the limited equipment that I have, you know. But at the same time, but I really gotta make sure that that sound is that sound like is great. That I can recreate some of the foley and everything, you know. But like I said, it's just because so far it's just me, you know. But of course, for other film projects, whether it be whether I'm submitted for the film like short film categories or feature films or even stuff just to upload online, just for fun, like some
Mm.
funny
Mm.
is, I at least I still I'll still do whatever the best I can with what I have
Yeah.
because I'm doing for years with that.
And you're right. The sound quality has to be very good. So yeah, and investment in a lot of that's not cheap either, right? Even a good microphone. I mean, I got myself a microphone, a good microphone for some of my video recordings and all for just Instagram, and that's well, it serves my purpose, like, and I know how much that costs. So for something like for what you're doing, yes, there's a lot of financial investment and time as well, right? Finding locations, even to where to shoot it, etc. Finding the people to be involved, and that's great. So that takes your creative skills to just another level as well, right? Besides the
Right.
writing.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I mean, there's still a lot that I need to learn on the aspects. I need to see like about like how I can get more funding. Well, I mean, I guess because sometimes even like just sharing like sharing GoFundMe's to people, whether it be for yourself or even to share to help help out somebody else. It can be very hard. Not a lot of people could respond directly. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes you're too proud to even share something to that's how we respond directly because you don't want to seem like you're just begging or pestering somebody.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's true. It's hopefully you can get some funding from people from within that industry, within that short feature film sort of industry. If you can get some avenues to get some funding there, because yeah, you're right, it's all costs, especially when you're not doing it full time. You've got a day job to do, right? So
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. The so that yard work was the first one.
Yeah. I mean, I tend to make some more short films out of one of my poems in the future, but I don't know which one. I mean, they probably may not be even for or for film festivals. They could be just for like what the heck to upload, you know? Because I do have some here that also it's kind of like an idea to you know set up or like show or film for it.
Well, certainly very commendable, Ken. I really love that you make the time because you get caught up in work, get caught up in everyday life. I mean, sometimes I struggle just keeping up just with the writing side of things. I've fallen so far behind with my next manuscript. So to make time for all this, to really admire your commitment and your passion to stay committed as well. So where can people see this first film that you did, the one on yard work?
Oh yeah, they could find it on YouTube. But the thing is that after this live, I gotta remember I gotta take it off of private because it was on private because I was submitting short films. I keep forgetting to make it public, so I'm gonna make it public again. So you just type in yard work short film. It say directed by I think it put it under my my under my first name because Kem is my middle name, in the like is actually my middle name. So, but so we put it as Achabe, so ACHEBE and still DK, so it's still DIKE. So it's directed by me. So, or you can look at my channel Kem Vid Productions. So you can go there, like and subscribe. I have other videos up there too, random stuff, you know. But yeah.
Kem Kem V Productions, wasn't it?
Yeah, KEM, and then Viz is VIZ, then production. So
Yeah,
so it's there on
yeah,
YouTube. But I'll have
yeah. I'm really keen to actually look that up. I will look that up. So I'll look under yard under ACHEBADK
E
or
E B
Kem Vis.
EBE, not EBA, EBE. ACHEBE.
Yes, correct. Uh, DK or Chemwiz Productions. I'll look
Yes.
for sure. Straight after this live, I'll be on YouTube trying to find that for sure. I'm really keen because one of the things I'd like is it's been a background sort of ambition. I would love somebody like Van Morrison, for example, to put music to my work, to my writing.
Mm-hmm.
That that's been, I mean, the guy he was cutting albums from before the Beatles, and his last album came out 2 Christmases ago, right? So he's still cutting albums there, but chance of that happening is very slim. But that would have been, and Van Morrison would have been. I love his music. I love his lyrics. But it could be anybody else, somebody who could look at my work and say, "Hey, listen, I'd like to put this to a song." That would be my sort of, you know, pinnacle.
Yeah.
But So I'm really keen to see your work, what you've done in this as a film, because I really admire that. I really think that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Gemini. I appreciate that.
yeah, my word. Yeah,
You're
and I
welcome.
think you should even when any opportunities you get to showcase some of the, like even that. I think you should, because that's something like I know hundreds of poets on this platform, but you're probably the first that I've met that actually took it to that level of actually creating that film off from it as well. So I highly commend you on that. So I think if there's any way that you can showcase that work on social media as well to direct people to that, I think that'd be amazing. Even if you put little excerpts from it on your page or something, just to say, hey, from the film. I know Instagram has limitations
Yeah.
with time.
Yeah, I'll definitely find a way on that. I'll definitely find like a loophole around that. So I put a
Yeah,
little snip. Yeah.
yeah. Um, so what do you want to do next? Did you want to go to one of the other ones you're contemplating turning into film, or any other poems you've selected in your
Well,
to
I mean, I have like also I have several different haikus. A lot of them are pretty random and they're just like kind of silly, you know.
Yeah, I love haikus.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the first one is the first one. I don't know if Charles is still in the chat. He probably left, but this one is called Haichu Haiku. So a sweet tasty chew, diverse in different flavors, heaven in your mouth. So that one is
Beautiful.
yeah, that was about the candy high chews. So it was like after the first time I tried it because Charles Hines, another dope ass poet. I mean, you can get his t-shirts. I'm wearing his t-shirt right here, so you can follow him at Charles Hines 401 on Instagram.
The Charles Hines.
Yeah, like DM him for like to go to the link to get his t-shirts. Dope ass poet. If you're a dope ass poet, or if you know a dope ass poet, you like purchase these shirts for real. So increase your drip. You'll be satisfied. People will see who like the type of person you are, the type that what type of poet you are. So, so speaking of him, he's obsessed with high chews, and he's just like getting everybody into him. And so I said, let me try these. How good can they be? And I tried them. I was like, oh wow, he was not lying. He was not hyping it up for nothing. Then I just like wrote this after eating the bag. So
Even the
that's
back.
yeah
You
after
see,
uh-huh.
go ahead.
No, I know, yeah, I ate it back. That's all I'm saying.
You see, and I have not, I don't think I've had high chews before. So now I'm gonna have to go find this candy that makes you write poetry.
Yeah, yeah. Different things that could make somebody write poetry. Like there's a lot of stuff that makes me write poetry. Whether it be whether it be like food or even a drink. Which I have a haiku about a drink. So this next one is called "Who Loves Orange Soda." Haiku, haiku, haiku. Ooh. So that's for my that's for like for the people, if they watch Keen and Kel back in the day like I did, so they know what's up. So this one's called so let me so here's the poem. A nice cold orange soda nourish me with love and cares for my soul. There you go. The um that's the um that's the orange soda haiku.
Mhm, mhm.
And also continue on with the food part, right? So I told you guys about me being Nigerian and like in the culture and stuff. So there's this like so like have any of you guys I mean I think you had jollof rice. You had it before.
Definitely, I've had jollof. I've had Shael's jollof, and then I turned around and went to a South African restaurant and I had jollof, and it was not the same. I have not had Nigerian jollof before, but I've
Are
had
did
what do you
but
call it,
didn't
Ghanaian jollof.
wait,
No,
didn't you
wait a
didn't you
minute. Yes, I
didn't
did.
you come to
Mm,
like at Rebel's house? I brought some jollof, like I brought some jollof that my mom made,
yes,
so everybody
you
would try.
did. Yours was spicy. I liked it.
Yes. So yeah,
So correction, I've had Nigerian jollof before.
yeah. So with that, because there's people like just like the countries they're like seeing whose jollof is the better, who did it first, and who's better. Like there's Ghana, there's Nigeria, there's Cameroon, but I'm saying like okay, like if because the thing is that even if like those people all of us in that one certain country, well, whoever it is, like you just mentioned, nobody makes jollof rice the same, you know. So here's the next haiku. This one's basically called Jollof War Haiku. I like to throw in haiku in any of my titles, so I know what if I'm writing them. All right, there's a Jollof War. Ghana, Niger, Cameroon. Battle don't taste sweet. There it is. Yeah,
Battle
I like.
there,
on Page Street. Hmm.
yeah. And also, like I mentioned, like I said, I write haikus about anything. And this next one is about a TV show. So you'll know it by you'll figure it out by the title. This title is called Haiku Talking About Willis. Yeah, y'all got that? Because I was like, I don't know what that is about.
Yes.
All
Can
right, so
you run
I
recite that again?
I said haiku talking about Willis. Like you gotta say like
What you talking
okay,
about,
so I'm
Willis?
haiku talking about Willis. Yeah. So
Okay.
so it goes. Gary Coleman said, "What you talking about, Willis? It takes different strokes." That is.
Cleverly done. Cleverly done.
Very cleverly done because yeah, for those of you, so like Kembe says, he's an old soul, and so you had the reference to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Different Strokes was a show starring Gary Coleman. It was a little ways back, and his favorite tagline was "What you talking about, Willis?"
Yeah, yeah. The show. I mean, the show was definitely before my time, but I used to watch it on Nick at Night, so that's how I knew about it.
Oh, I forgot about Nick at Night. Dang.
Yeah,
Okay,
Nick.
now I'm telling my age.
Yeah, because I think because Nick and Knight, like we was talking about the old sitcoms, just like how we were talking about the news shows. I mean, it was like they were like, "Hey, you see different shows last night?" I was like, "Yeah." It was like we talked about the old shows, just like we was talking about like we like in conversation with Keen and Kel, we was also talking about Brady Bunch as well. So
Brady Bunch, what's happening?
yeah, I love what's happening.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. So I do. I mean, I will share all my haikus, but there's still some certain stuff that I'll put in. But you know what? We keep talking about Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I do want to share this poem here.
Okay.
This one, the title of this is called "An Elemental Mood."
Ooh,
All right. I want to take a getaway to a fantasy during love's holiday where you can be ever wonderful. It can happen anytime, but I prefer the 21st night of September. We can go to Jupiter or in the stones of Boogie Wonderland. We can talk about the reasons that we're here, but let's groove tonight. I know sometimes life gets hard, but that's the way of the world. And after the love is gone, we can rekindle it because you can't hide love. Keep your head up to the sky because you're a shining star and a sun goddess.
was that from every Earth, Wind, and Fire song? A lyric from every Earth, Wind, and Fire song?
Yes, I think I made about 16. Like I think I put about 16 Earth, Wind, and Fire titles in that.
That is
Thank
beautiful. And I recognize
you.
a lot of them. The 21st of September, the 3rd of September,
Yeah, 21st of September. Yeah,
21st of
people get that because that's their signature song.
Now I'm gonna have to go listen to all of these songs.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. So, all right, got
Yeah.
some.
So
Oh,
you
no,
you
go ahead.
shared you shared some beautiful poems with us. I know that we talked about your because we're going to do the yams and the sequel to the yams at the end. So we're going to
Mm-hmm.
hit them with that. Um, do you have any transparent poems that you'd like to share with us tonight?
Transparent. Uh,
Vulnerable.
oh, oh yeah, definitely. I do. I definitely do. All right. I'm gonna just put this because I almost have it memorized, but I'm just gonna put my computer here as a clutch, so that way if I forget something, then I'm look back at it. All right,
Okay.
here we go. I hate being vulnerable. I don't feel like exposing myself. Why bother with my feelings? Feeling selfish for even feeling. I just feel bad when I need an ear to hear me out for a second. I hate being vulnerable. I'm afraid of feeling less than, opening up on past trauma, thinking it didn't happen to me because others had it worse. Consider yourself lucky. I hate when things don't go my way. I hate to even express my frustrations, feeling I'll bring the mood down. Gotta leave your dirty shoes at the door. Followed that mantra for years, still stagnant in my inner vexation. I put others before me every time, waiting for my turn that'll never come. When it comes, I gotta hurry up for those who came in with no wait time. I hate to be bothersome while ruining with all this whining. I felt crippled asking for help. I thought I had to know things alone. Needing help is not figuring it out. Why can't I figure this thing out? I'm this close to giving up. I don't want to tell her how I feel, that I see her as more than a friend. Not too shy to say, just too scared to get hurt. I keep it to myself, but hurt more internally. I hate crying in public. I've been told men are supposed to cry. You got to be strong for your mother. Don't let them see weakness through tears. Can't expose these feminine traits. Stay resilient. Be a man. Be a man. Is a man supposed to be stoic 24/7? Is he supposed to not have limitations? Is he supposed to be emotionless? Are we not allowed to show empathy? Maybe my father gave me the wrong advice. As his father passed down to him, and as his father passed down to him, and as his father passed down to him, and so on. Maybe somewhere in the middle, the line was disconnected playing this generational telephone. Keeping things to myself did nothing for me, but I still fall back into that dark hole, feeding those same bad habits of not speaking up, letting others dictate how I should feel, becoming damn near robotic. Well, you know what? I'm gonna follow that yellow brick road to see the wizard and get that heart and courage I forgot I had. I'll break the chains and saw through those bars, escaping that emotional prison where I'll finally have my Shawshank redemption. There's nothing more powerful than one who's not afraid of saying, "This don't feel right in my spirit. It's my turn. I want to be more than friends. I'm not okay. I need help." I hate being vulnerable, but I damn sure feel free when I am.
Mm.
There we go.
And as a true filmmaker, you always look in a movie reference, the reference for the Shawshank
Yeah.
Redemption.
And,
Um,
yeah, by the way, I've never seen that movie.
what can they?
I know.
You're gonna have. you're gonna have to see that. Okay, so a short list of movies you must see: Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin
I've
Lawrence,
seen that.
The Shawshank Redemption, um, with oh my God,
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, The Green Mile. You have to see The Green Mile
Oh,
at least
that's right. I
once.
haven't. Yeah, okay.
Of Mice and Men.
Haven't seen that either. Okay.
Yeah, you
They're
have to
all
see
great
that.
films. Green Mile was amazing, and Shawshank Redemption. I love. There's nothing of Morgan Freeman's that I don't like. I really love his work. He's just a phenomenal actor.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Now that poem itself, again, Kim, that really shows a lot about your selflessness, right? And I love that. Um, And I struggle to ask for help. I'm there to help anybody, but I always struggle to ask for help. So I really resonated with so many of those lines and we pass things down. And I see that I know my father, he was there to help people, but he struggled to ask for help. And I see that now in my son as well.
Yeah.
You know, he's there to help anybody and everybody, but his own things he just does on his own. And for him to come and ask me for help, I know how much of a challenge that is. So you captured all that so well, but it also really shows you as a person, your selflessness, and where you're always considerate of the other person before considering
Right.
yourself.
Right.
Um, so many other lines in there that were so empowering, you know, and it reflects an authenticity in your vulnerability,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if that makes sense, you know, like
Yeah.
we can be vulnerable without that authenticity. But I think you, my friend, uh, I think every cell of your being exudes sort of authenticity, and I love that in people.
Thank you.
Um, One of the things that I lose interest in is a lack of authenticity, and I don't care if you're a king or a beggar, but be authentic,
Right.
and I treasure that in people.
That's right. Yeah. I always strive to be authentic as possible.
Yeah. And getting back to Gemini's comment at the very start, you know, where if you're authentic in your emotions, that comes out in your poetry. You know, if you're in touch with your emotions in an authentic manner, um, you know, I see tons and tons of words on this platform or other social media that, yeah, beautiful rhyme, beautifully crafted lines. And I see those very people not even living, their actions don't coincide with what their writing is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I really, it's so beautiful to get to know somebody like yourself who's authentic. I think I know Gemini has the privilege of meeting you regularly in person, but I honestly am blessed to connect with your authenticity, you know,
Thank you.
with your down to earthness. You know what I mean? Really love that.
I
Thank you very much.
I love what you the way that you um mentioned vulnerability in the poem. So there are several different ways to be vulnerable. And you say it's okay to say that I'm not okay. It's okay to say I like you. I really like you. And people don't realize that that is part of authenticity as well. That's part of being
Mm.
vulnerable. To be able to express how you feel to someone and with the fear of rejection, with the possibility of rejection. Um, that is a great thing. Some people will not go out for jobs, they will not apply for schools, and they will not ask someone to go out on a date because they are afraid of being vulnerable, being exposed, and possibly being injured. So thank you very much for expressing each one of those things that we silently like have our internal conversations and talk down to ourselves about.
Mm, mm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
And I'm glad you asked him for something that exposes that vulnerability, Gemini. That was good thinking.
Oh, he does it often, so I figured have him share with everybody else since I get a chance to have the privilege of hearing him not just recite poetry but speak as well. So,
And I've got to say, like Kem, Alexander Rivera, Charles Hines, Onyx to God, people that you've introduced to this as brought on as features on this show. I can see, Gemini, why you really connect with these folks. All of them really reflect that authenticity, that genuineness, that humbleness, and all brilliant poets. Being a brilliant poet's great, but they back it up with their humbleness, with their authenticity. Really love that, and thank you for introducing me to these lovely people.
oh, I thank them. I thank you, Kim, and everybody else who's agreed to come and share the screen and share their poetry and to chit chat with us. Um, I think that vulnerability is a two-way street, and so is authenticity. And I'm thankful that they allowed themselves to be vulnerable with me and to be authentic with me, and that's the reason why we have the connection.
Mm. Mm. It really speaks highly of the community that you guys have in your locality there, in that Sarasota, Tampa area. It really speaks a lot for the amazing warm community you guys have over the years built up on there. It really does.
Yeah, I can thank a couple of people for that. And two of them are Dennis Amadeus and Curtis Davis. And then if I do that, then I have to thank Zen Christian and Charles and the list goes on.
Mm.
All amazing poets, but it's wonderful being able to connect to poets like Kembe and Celia P and Cheech. Just amazing.
Mm. 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 Yeah, now you guys are very blessed to have such a nice, close-knit community. So, Kim, what's next? What are the next ambitions on the way? So we've got some films, short films on the horizon, and obviously you're going to continue writing. Is there any books out, or is there any books planned, or
Um,
more focused on the filming?
I don't have any. I don't have any books planned. I mean, all I know is that like I mean, I do plan on writing a book in the future, but I say like not really right now.
Hmm.
I mean, I've been published in like three poetry like I've been published three times like in a poetry book series. So you
Okay.
know, and so I probably would just like continue with those, and then like somewhere along the line, I'll plan like in the future to write a poetry book of my own.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Uh, Certainly a good thing to keep on the burner there, bubbling away, because I think it's certainly your material is certainly worth listening to. Even that, I'm still stuck on the one you opened with magnolias and sunflowers. You know, that was just a powerful little piece
Yeah, thank you.
that says so much. So yeah, no, definitely. Gemini.
I I have to say that I want to hear the poem about yams.
All right. So it looks like all right, looks like we're getting close to time because I was gonna ask like how much time I have left, but looks like all right, looks like we're getting ready to close it out.
Oh my
If
gosh, and Mr. Demetrius Ford has joined us. I think he's going to enjoy the poem about yams.
All right.
um, in regards to your
We're gonna go,
question in
both we're gonna
time,
do them, so yep.
generally we go up to about a couple of hours, and we've got 45 minutes still left. if you clip it just beneath 2 hours. Otherwise, after 2 hours with Instagram, the archives, it only captures it up to about 2 hours, and then after that, I've got to do a screen recording because. So to give you a bit of view too, besides post when I post this feature on Instagram, I'll add you and Gemini as collaborators, so you can post it on your own page as well.
All right. Okay.
But
Oh, you said like so you said for it to like so you say you should go for a couple hours. Then if not, like I don't have to I could do the yams first, but I could also you could still ask me some more questions, and then I
yeah,
could still do poems,
yeah,
and then then when you feel it's time to close, then you could say hey, let's do yams too. So
yeah,
then
yeah,
I'll close with yams too. Okay.
yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Because that and the sequel to it would be good to close off with. So we'll leave those two for the end. But yeah, we've got about just under 45 minutes. If you can finish it by the 2 hours, then I can get the one video clip otherwise. So what I do, besides posting it here, I also create a YouTube video of it, which I'll share the links with you. And I do a podcast of it on Spotify because you never know who hears these, who watches these, and who sees anything, right? So what I'll do is once I've done that, I'll send you the links to those. So I find if I keep it just to 2 hours or below, then I get one smooth video. Otherwise, it takes me hours of editing from screen recordings and whatever else.
Right.
But yeah, you got the floor. Feel free to.
Okay, yeah. All right, no problem. Okay, so here is O to your yams. All right. I don't even need this thing for it. All right. My, my. A beautiful set of yams before my eyes. I adore those cheeks, not on your face, but what's hiding in those jeans, damn in between. That onion can make any fool cry. I want to bang on those bongos, the sweet Latin rhythm of those hips, the African heartbeats of those claps, the supersonic waves of your caboose. I'm hypnotized. I'm at your command. I'm a werewolf looking at your full moon, but I'm not like other guys. I ain't here for no cheap thrills. I'll let you lead the way just so I could watch you sway left to right, left to right. Forget Scientology, I'll convert to a Donatology. Blessed is thine that's big, voluptuous, thick, curvaceous. The way you shake what your mama gave you. And I thank your mama for her gift to you. That is your sweets, glorious yams.
I love it.
There you go. There you go. That's
Oh my God.
I love how you even add some humor into your work as well, but it doesn't deviate from the message, right? Uh,
right.
that you normally like in magnolias and sunflowers. Like the powerful message is always underlying there.
Yeah, that he
Uh,
really loves
yeah,
yams.
Yeah,
yes, well,
yeah, yeah, just be like, yeah. I mean, I mean, obviously, I mean, because I always want because that poem's sitting there because like I've always want to write erotic poems, and I've written quite a few, and I also want to because I also want to put something that's kind of clever as kind of clever and and fun. Thanks, Steven. Thanks, Steven. I appreciate it. I was because I just because even looking up just even poems about butts. It's it just I was because I just I admire it I don't because I admire I was like okay, these are fun, these are funny, but also some of them funny, some clever. So I was like, what, let me put my own twist to it, so that way you know. because I want to write my own. Like I wasn't even looking at. I wasn't even like power mode. I was inspired by like other, like just to write an erotic poem. So I put that together
Mm.
into my own flair, because I wanted to write it in a way that's like funny, also sexy, but also at the same time not really degrading a woman
Yeah.
at the same time. I want to show that I admire her. I was thinking, dang, like that. I want to say, ooh, that ass looks good, but not like in a disrespectful way. I want it to be like a little comical and playful, but at the same time smooth, where she smiles and laughs, being like with the playful demeanor, but also thinking, ooh, I like that. So this make it like make them feel at ease because the first time I read it in community poetry, I was afraid. My concern was I hope they don't think that I'm like I think I'm like like perverted or something. That was like my big thing. But once I did, it became a big hit. And the thing is that everybody who requested is always women strictly. It doesn't matter who. Always women. Always women. As you could see, Gemini was begging for yams like about 6 times throughout this life.
And
Let's go ahead and correct that. Gemini was begging for the poem and paddle yams. Gemini was not begging for yams.
Well, I'm saying that
we'll leave that one alone. We don't know what Gemini was begging for there. We'll leave that
No,
alone.
no, no. We know what Gemini is begging for because I told you.
yeah,
But what I like about what I like about your delivery is that some people write, whether it's I call it political stuff or social justice pieces or erotic poetry, they divert from themselves and they mimic the norm. And the norm for erotic poetry is a lot of vulgarity, the buzzwords, the big words, and just things that doesn't sound like you've ever done in your life. Um, but to share something that's playful and that's humorous and tasteful, and when you deliver that poem, it came out during Thanksgiving. It was our show close to Thanksgiving, and here in the United States, yellow yams are the what they call sweet potatoes, which are actually yams. Sweet
yeah.
potatoes are used for everything from pies to baked into like with cinnamon and sugar. So when you talk about yams and people thinking, we thinking all of these other things along with it. But that was very well done.
Mm-hmm. Thank
Well, Kim, couple of things here for Gemini to ask for a semi-erotic poetry poem. That's a big thing because she is normally not into that at all. She'd normally switch off the camera and jump off the live if she's so for her to ask for that, that's a big thing. And secondly, you're right. That was very tastefully done. With all respect, there was no denigration to the opposite gender. Uh, there's a humor in it, and there was a respectful appreciation as well in that. But one of the other things that I personally got out of it is, I know here in Australia and I know globally, males always say, "Oh God, not the mother-in-law," right? We always curse, "Oh God, not the mother-in-law." The mother-in-law is always known to bust the son-in-law's back, balls. But you gave respect for that because we are a product of our parents, right? Of genetically, of our upbringing, of the values they instilled in us, and you giving respect to her folks was a big thing as well, right?
you. Mm-hmm.
Because
Thank
as much as we respect our parents for who we are, with in a relationship with somebody, it's important to love and respect and admire your partner's parents as well, right? Because whether they did a good job or not, they did the best they could, right?
Right.
And and the person you fell in love with is a product that they fertilized and brought up and nurtured and blossomed into this flower that you fell in love
Harvested
with?
some beautiful yams.
Yeah. Hey,
Ah, you've lost Gemini
They
on
they
your
they fertilized, they grew up and they watered and blossomed and harvested some beautiful yams. Yes, they did. Thank you very much for that poem.
hey, you're welcome. No problem. Yeah, but still, like, what you call it? Because as Gemini mentioned, I because I performed that poem like the first time I did a poetry slam like about almost a year ago, and it was the final round. I didn't think I was gonna make the final round, because I mean thank goodness I think this thank goodness one of the poets had went overtime and got deducted got points deducted, and so
That's not the
so at
only
least
reason why. Don't make me come over there wherever you are in your car. That's not the only reason why. Um, the poems that you shared at that time resonated with the crowd that was there, and like everybody, the Yams poem, everybody was completely like on point with that. So,
but wait, Carl, I'm saying that because if I didn't make it to the final round, then I wouldn't have performed it at the slam. So, because one thing I was like performing it out because I was like I knew I was gonna like close with that. I didn't care which place I got in the slam. You know,
mhm.
the funny thing is because my family was
His
there, so
mama
my mom like
was.
my mom heard me doing an erotic poem. That was like the first time she was hearing it. Like everyone's gonna like my mom was laughing. It's like, 'cause, like
Yes,
she was
I kept on looking over at his mother. And I'm looking at him, I look at his mom. I kept on recording him.
yeah she enjoyed every minute of that slam. Like she was caught off guard with that poem. She's like like after I sat back down and performed it, she's like high five. Like he's like you're too much like high fiving me. It's the
I think it's beautiful that when your mum gets is so involved and takes an interest in your passion, right, with your writing and all that. That's awesome.
yeah she's like a main person who pushes all of us to do just to be better, like just to be better and just like achieve whatever our passions is. She's like if we don't believe in ourselves as much as we're supposed to, she's like the one who's like, I believe in you, I see that you should like go hard on what like on the stuff that you do. So I thank God for her for always reminding me that I should like always keep going.
She sounds like an absolutely beautiful woman. She really does.
She
Yeah,
definitely is. She is.
That's you're blessed, man. That's good. You know,
So
really love
Cam,
and
oh,
really
go ahead.
lovely to hear you proudly acknowledge what she does as well, because they're the quiet achievers that nudge
right.
us here, nudge us there in a gentle manner to help us to become who we are, right? To blossom into the best we can be.
Mhm.
Both my parents are no longer here, but I know from another dimension they still push me to do the best I can.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
so true.
sorry, Gemini, I cut you off.
No, it's okay. What I was going to ask Cam, a lot of poets, when they first start, either they jump in full on, or like me, you kind of put your pinky toe in the water and then you move on from there to see like whether or not you want to do this.
Hmm.
Um, how did it feel um, competing in your very first poetry slam, and what made you push forward to actually compete, to sign up to compete?
I mean, for like, well, since like, first of all, going to the Grow House Poetry Slam here in Tampa, that's one that is just like just seeing people compete, and then there's people, it's for like every time, every slam I go to just to watch, being a spectator. If someone either it's like a member of Grow House, or like even like even other poets, they just ask me, hey, you gonna slam in the next one? I was like, nah, I'm just watching. I was like, you gonna slam, like whatever. Each time I'm like nah, I'm just watching and stuff. I was like, yeah, good, yeah. I mean, some people like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna join, like, just to compete, just to have fun with it. They said, and then I'm thinking, you know what? Like, and I think like the like after the Grand Slam, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, actually, I was gonna sign up to like the first Grand Slam, but then I was like, oh, the Grand Slam is the finale. Okay, so I can't do this one. So I was like, yeah, when's the next slam to sign up for? I was like, yeah, you can go sign up for one for the fourth Saturday in July. I was like, okay, then I'll do that. I'll sign up for that. So. So I say like I was just anticipating on the opening for that. And I'm like, okay. I was like, come on, open up. I was like, oh, it's not opening. I was like, hey, when it's open? I was like bothering people. I was like, hey, when's the thing opening up? I want to sign up. It's like, wait, it's like, oh, it's gonna open up soon. It's like, but wait, hold up, you're gonna enter the slam? I was like, yeah. Kim's coming for y'all asses. I was like, y'all chill. I'm just gonna go in, just have fun with this. So then when I finally was able to sign up, I was like, okay, well, I gotta go in all or nothing. So that's when I was really like disciplining myself to memorize poems and stuff, because I hadn't memorized some stuff in a while. So I started memorizing like the Yams poem. Like I started memorizing, and also I was memorizing my Kanye poem. I think that was the first one I started to memorize. And then the third one was that I also did in the slam was my poem called Roast the Sadist. So that poem is and that poem is about it's pretty much I pretty much written it like as if I'm in a roasting battle, but I'm roasting the governor of Florida, you know. Well, of course, of course, since it's not like in a friendly roast, this one is like me like just shitting on him, for like for having this like tough guy attitude. I mean, whether people in the chat, whether you like him or not, everybody's entitled to their political opinions. It's freedom of speech, like freedom of speech. What I'm saying, like it's just like how it's just like how I feel about what I've been seeing. Ways, so I was thinking, yeah, it's not right. So those three I was memorizing. I was just practicing, make sure I got them right. So
And you did.
what? Yeah, I did great. Yeah, and I was in a way. I mean, listen, I'm not saying this to downplay my talents, okay, Gemini, because I know you're gonna come at me when I say this thing, right? But the judges, because here's the thing: there's judges that change like with every single of these slams. These judges because like aren't really supposed to know the poets themselves. So that way they won't be like having some type of bias.
Mm-hmm.
So like at least two out of three judges, right? They're local rappers here in Tampa Bay, right? They're big on like not they're big on not rapping over your lyrics. When you're rapping something, your vocals are not performing with the instrumentals, and also reading off your phone. Like they deducted people points off for those reading off their phone, and those people they deduct a lot of points off of. These are like our top tier poets. Like we're talking about Zach Katz. We're talking about even Charles Hines too. You know,
Okay,
like I
but
said, I'm not like I said, I am not lowering myself. I'm just saying, but I memorized my poem, so we didn't even find out until like later on. I was like, but yeah, but I was happy that like I was out there competing. I didn't care if I was gonna win a place or not. But I was just like, it's just that me like training, like just me like disciplining myself and like getting prepared. I just crushed it, even though I didn't get first place. I placed in third. But it was fun. I had a lot of fun. People were like, oh, wow, like and stuff. It was just like great. So I just kept competing, and then I accumulated points, and then by the time the Grand Slam, which was a finale, I was at first place with the most accumulated points.
Yes. Yes, you were.
Yeah,
And you
and
earned it.
yes,
You earned it.
yeah, I didn't. Hey, I didn't say I didn't
Okay.
earn it. I didn't say I
Okay.
didn't earn it. Well, that's not what I'm saying. All right, don't
Okay.
be putting words.
Don't make Cam, don't make me come over there.
Yeah. After that competing in Grand Slam, I won second place, and also I'm now part of the official Grow House Slam team. So we're gonna be
Yeah.
competing nationwide
Wow.
at Pride.
Beautiful. Yes, sir.
So,
Definitely.
Oh wow.
I
so
can't wait till
who's
everybody hears about the yams.
so who's on this team? There's obviously Charles.
Uh
Who else is there?
oh,
Onyx?
Charles is not on Charles is not on the Slam team. He was in the last Slam. He was in the last Slam team where he was in the last Slam team for Sudden Fried. But like this time it's like me. There's
Onyx.
there's Onyx. Onyx is on the Slam team. There's also Anthony Patterson, Silly AP. There's who else? This girl Kennedy, this 19-year-old who's just just amazing at her with her poetry. You know,
Yeah.
I was proud to be placed second behind her. She won first, and then also, who's another one? There's also Spin El Poeta. So we also
Mm-hmm.
just call
Out of
Spin the Poet
Canada.
out
Mm-hmm.
off of Canada. He's gonna be coming here pretty soon, like later in February. And then we also have Swade the Poet. He recently had a new baby, so he's
Mm-hmm.
wife for had a new
Hmm.
baby.
Sounds
Yeah. So
like quite a solid team. How about Mama Fox? She's not ever on the team.
oh
No, I'm
which-
not on the team. The team was based on the poetry slams, and for some of those, I did not slam. I was a sacrificial poet, and no, most of the time I was a sacrificial poet or
Hmm.
the calibration poet instead of sacrificial. So no,
yeah.
I did not slam, so therefore I was not on the slam team.
But you've got something coming up, right? At a very high global sort of level.
Um,
Yeah.
I
I'm about
I registered
it.
for no stop. I registered to compete in Women of the World Poetry Slam in Baltimore, Maryland. I keep on saying Boston, Massachusetts. In Baltimore, Maryland. It runs from the 27th to the 30th of March. And yeah, so I have information on my page and on my link tree. So jump on there.
Women of the World Poetry. Well, that's right up there, Gemini. And I'm sure you'll certainly hold your own there.
Yeah, I jumped from the aquarium into the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
So we'll see what that looks like.
yeah, just no small steps, no baby steps. Just jump straight in, jump
Exactly.
overboard straight in the big ocean.
Well, it's part of personal growth, and Kem can attest to that because Kem started writing, and then he jumped on the open mic, and then he jumped in onto the poetry slam, and now he's on the slam team. So no, tiny steps are appreciated, but
Hmm.
no, you get better results when you go ahead and take that long deep dive.
Right.
So I'm in good company.
Yes.
Right.
So, Kim, so we've got live events, slam events planned for the year.
Yeah.
We've got the feature films coming up. What else?
Short films. I'm not like I would like short films like currently, but I am but like I am like but I am actually writing a feature film.
Yeah,
So but
Nice.
yeah, but keep continue.
the
I want to act in your feature film. I'm not gonna do any yam scenes, just letting you know.
No, I don't even want you to. You're too much like a mother to me. That like I wouldn't even put you through that.
Good. But I just want to make sure if there's a producer listening, say, oh, she said she wanted to be in the movie. Yeah.
Hmm.
just know, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. What do you call it? I got like that Girl House Family, a poetry community, and people love to act. Man, I will definitely. I'm definitely gonna be looking at y'all first to put into the movie. So it's gonna be like,
Yay.
yeah, I have way too many ideas, especially like especially a lot of them comedic and stuff. You know, I just hope like I could read back on them and hopefully hopefully they're still like they still hold up. You know, you know because I'm not one of those people who say, oh, you can't say anything anymore. People too sensitive. I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person who understands that like things change. What was funny then it's probably not as funny as you think now or something, you know. So
Okay.
I'm the type that just like observes and like kind of like cleverly goes like cleverly like elevates humor with the times, because you can still make humor on some fucked up stuff, but if it's clever and you're not like hurting anybody intentionally, you know, if you're making sure that it's actually funny instead of just focusing on just trying to be offensive or a shock jock,
Hmm.
then yeah, yeah, edgy humor can still work, and it still does
Mm.
work.
Yes, sir.
So you got the feature film, you got the short films, you got the slam events coming up as a team, competing as a team around the US, I guess. What else have you got planned for 24?
Mm, that's a good question. Well, 2024.
Mind you, that's a pretty heavy item list there, pretty big checklist of stuff there already, right? But
Yeah, I mean, I mean, basically just to keep creating, at least like, put down everything. You know, I want to do, more featured performances. You know,
mm,
I want to do more
Mm.
performances. I know there's one I have coming up February 10th in Tampa. So it's called open mic, where it's like I'm at as a feature. I'm there as one of the featured performers. So that one is hosted by that one's hosted by Charles Hines.
mhm,
So I'm like one of the last people to be asked to be a featured performer. And
mm.
also at the same time they asked me to film the event, so I'm doing double duty on
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice. Just a minute. You said open mic.
yeah. It was formed by I believe his name is
Ulysses.
Ulysses.
Okay.
Yeah, I almost wanted to call him Ulysses, but like that, I know that ain't right. So, but yeah, but he's a some great he's a good dude. He's a poet as well. He comes to the Girl House open mic. You know, he's in the wheelchair because he was in a terrible accident.
Oh,
So,
I
but he
remember Ulysses because Dennis was holding the mic for him at the open mic.
yeah. So yeah.
mm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so he and I had talked. He asked me to be part of his show. So I said, yeah. It's like he wanted me to film it. Also want me also wanted me to perform in it too. I was like,
Nice.
I'm down for that, definitely.
Mm. I really admire people who don't let physical challenges stop them from living out their passions. One of the live events I attend here every third Tuesday, one of the regular guests there, this gentleman, he's older and he's totally blind. So he has to memorize his work, and he's catching taxis and getting there because they finished like 10, 11 in the night, right? 10:30 in the night by the time he gets home. So catching taxis and all that and getting about. And he gets around town to different places. And he's, as I said, an older gentleman. And his work's just brilliant. Yeah, and I really admire that in him every time I meet him at one of the live events around here. It's just so heartwarming and encouraging, you know, that. And there's another lady, she's from the UK, so she lives part in the UK, part here in Australia. She doesn't write or recite poetry, she just comes to listen to it. And she's fairly elderly, She doesn't drive, so she's got to catch public transport. And at 10:30 in the night, even she'll catch a, it might take her 40 minutes to get home via public transport, etc., waiting for trains and whatever else. But she attends there just to listen to poets. I mean, I absolutely adore her energy and her commitment. Really admire that in people. So, Kem, I've got to say, Gemini has given me many, many reasons to visit Florida, Tampa area.
I have.
Right. Meeting people like Charles and Alex and Onyx and herself, because I've never met Gemini in person either. But now I've just had another reason, mate. I would absolutely love to just meet you in person as well. Just love that energy and that authenticity, as I said, that I keep referring to from you. Your open honesty that comes and your humbleness. Really love that. So I've just had another reason to visit Tampa, which hopefully towards the end of the year. I'm actually going to the US in March, but that's a short focus trip of a couple of weeks. I'll be in New York area. I won't have time to get to Tampa, but October I'll be there for a lengthier time, and in that I plan to visit Tampa, or Florida area, Sarasota, wherever you guys hang out, and meet all you lovely people. Like, I mean, when we featured Onyx and Charles and Alexander, like, yeah, just such lovely people, setting aside the poetry and their talents as authors, but as individuals, they sound just such lovely people that I'd love to meet. And you've just added to that list, my friend. You really have.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And you can't adopt him. He's mine.
I'm not trying to adopt any of your children,
You
Gemini.
already tried
I
to
wouldn't
adopt
dare.
no,
A
you tried to
man's got to
adopt
know.
Kel, and you
A man,
tried for Onyx. Like, he's mine.
a man's got to know his limitations, and I know my limitations. I wouldn't try to steal any of your adopted children from you.
You have,
Who?
and you're
Uh,
forgiven.
Who I want?
You tried to steal Charles. You want him to protect your neck, and it didn't work with Onyx because Onyx is my baby, and Cambay is my baby, so you can't steal Cambay either.
Well, Charles and Alexander have said that they'll protect me and protect me from physical violence from the fox, but that's a good thing.
Betrayal. I'm not going to deliver anything you didn't ask for. Anyway, you see, now we're going to bring all of this up. People think I'm abusive. They don't know that you asked for the
Oh,
spice.
do they? So,
Yeah.
Kim, did you say you'd written the sequel or the to Yams?
yeah, I have.
I think that we're up to 1 hour and 47 minutes so far, so I think now could be a good time to go in with that one.
You sure? Okay. All
Unless
right. Let me go ahead.
there's something else you wanted to share before it.
Well, let me share before because you want to get the 2 hour one. Yeah, and also I'm trying to warm up my phone because like I know my phone is dying, and I'm trying to chart and the chart like my phone charge is like not so good. But yeah, let me share this one poem
Okay.
because like it's Florida based, and then I'll close out with the sequel, the Yam
And
sequel.
Okay.
don't get me wrong, I'm not too fussed if we go that little bit over the 2 hours, but I think it just makes it easier. But I'm fine if it went over, so don't stress about the time. But yeah.
Yeah, because I want to try to get like at least 2 hour mark. All right, so this is called Roast the Sadist. All right. Old big head in the governor's mansion. Got nothing but an air bubble head with your airheaded policies, keeping folks like us as political pawns. Oh, beefaroni bobblehead ass with your head stuck up your own ass. Throw whatever you got, because in the end, I'll be the fine of all your laws. I'll get into trouble, the type John knew back in Selma on Sunday. I'll break the rules just to piss you off. I'll be the stone cold to your ego and stun your McMahon head ass. My name ain't Otis, so ain't nobody come to see me. Try a little tenderness. You ain't deserve that level of mercy from me or anybody you try and step on with them ugly ass boots. It's damn near impossible to reason or relate to your compound built ass. You only popping off the back of another idiot because you lack, as what the kids say, Riz. So riz your ass up out our business. You're the us as the planet Pluto is to NASA. Redundant. We don't want your smooth brain punk ass. This roasting session ain't seasoned with a cup of love, but rather a truck full of manure because that's all you'll ever be, a pile of shit. There you go.
Certainly says it all. No explanation is needed on that one. And funny thing about the political sort of domain, right?
Yeah.
Whatever culture, whatever country you go to, they're all the same, man. Like
Right.
even our guys. I mean, some of them are an embarrassment to be ambassadors for a nation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And all it takes is just be honest, you know. They got all these honest intentions until they get there, and then it just changes.
I know.
No, when you said compound built ass and then it said smooth brain, everyone knows that the ridges in the brain, um, they multiply as you get older, as you grow from a child to an adult. And that means that wisdom, you gain more wisdom. When the brain is smooth, there's not much going on in there. So,
Mm.
so yeah. Um, That was a very, very, very vivid imagery of a lack of wisdom, knowledge, smarts. Thank you. Thank you for that poem.
No problem. No.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Now, out of what we've heard from you today, too, what it does also show is your wide variety of topics that you write on, you know, from that yard work to a personal thing with your relationship with your grandmother to the magnolias and sunflowers. That one really, I can't let that one go. To this space, to yams, it really shows a wide capability and subjects that you can write on, which is brilliant.
Thank you. Yeah, cause me, I don't like I like to write like about I like to create on different things. I don't like to stick to just like one particular type of piece. You know,
Mhm.
I always like to write about different stuff because you know. Cause me, I think about, I think and look up different stuff. So I'm just like, I see myself like a sponge or something. You know, I just like to retain some information and stuff. I mean, of course, I don't get everything right. You know, I mean, I don't mind being wrong. You know, versatility is key. That's right. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, I just like being versatile. I just like being multifaceted.
Mm, mm. And you certainly, within subject matters, you're very versatile, but also, as I said, you're looking into the filming side of things, you're looking into the performance, the live performance side of things, you're writing. You're certainly not timid to try your hand at a variety of avenues, or you're not limiting yourself to one domain, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes. I appreciate that.
And through all this again, and I'll come back to it, and I've come back to this many, many times during the show.
All right.
Again, through all this, Kem, you retain your authenticity and your humility. Absolutely love that about you. Really do.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, his phone's about to
Sorry.
die. Yeah, please go ahead and share the
Yeah.
poem.
My phone is soon about to die. So let me close this out with the yams to with the sequel to yams. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is called yams to what that booty do. All right. I want to go down your produce aisle, admire the fruits of your labor, check off my list of groceries filled with ecstasy. You know how much I love those yams, that baked mac and cheese with collard greens. Baby, you the whole plate. With you, it's always Thanksgiving. Backing that thing up in my direction, those lady lumps make oatmeal jealous. I'll eat your mango. I can go deep to summon your tsunami. I get wiped out by those crashing waves. As long as I can come up for air, but you'll assure I'm secure. I use your thighs as my flotation device. I ain't gotta go to Georgia when I can taste your peach anytime. Plus that nectarine keep me so serene. Your citrus cures my scurvy. Figure so curvy, but I can stay on path. Gee, I hope I hit your spots. Eliminate the red flags as we illuminate the red lights. No breaks, we going all night long. Top down, I hop on your back seat. We in various ranges of motion. Make that booty give a round of applause. You light my fire, but keep the doors closed while I head to your back door, shaking that derriere like an earthquake. It's a beautiful natural disaster. Those nimbus clouds create thunder. Every day of the week is hump day. You're polite and freaky all at once, a chaotic duality. Just like when I follow your lead, watching your booty jiggle every time you take a step. Thanks for being unapologetically you, and I thank your unapologetic yams. There we go.
Did
You,
you say she could cure scurvy?
Yeah,
I think you had Mama Fox blushing there, believe it or not. I thought she was
yeah,
going to fall off her seat.
I was gonna fall off.
I,
My
yeah,
face hurts. Um, did you say she could cure scurvy?
yes,
Do you do y'all know what scurvy is?
yes, yes. Her citrus can create scurvy. See, sailors used to die of scurvy a lot because they didn't have fresh vegetables while they was sailing. You know, like our Captain Cooks and all who went discovering this country, all these places. They scurvy was a big thing in ancient naval days.
Scurvy was big in my island
There you go.
until like they discovered citrus. Citrus can take care of it. Like anyway,
yeah.
thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Kim, Uh, it really speaks so much to your about your capabilities in a wide domain. It really does, and that was, and again, you know, even with that, it was written tastefully with full respect to the feminine gender, with full respect to the people. There was no denigration. There was no vulgarities. It was so tastefully done. I absolutely love it.
Thank you. Yeah, because the sequel, I want to go like, believe it or not, what like I was like this one. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I want to be like a little freakier, like than the first
It
one.
was.
So
It was. It was. Um, but but yes, and we say tasteful for people that are at my level. The other people that are not at my level, they're more comfortable in their sexuality and they're more expressive with description and with metaphor and with words, and that's fine. Um,
mhm.
but thank you for keeping it at near my level of comfortability because I was still blushing. Um, but
Yeah,
but
because the thing is, because you know, I like to write stuff and make it sexy. Because anybody could write something and just be 100% vulgar and be like, oh yeah, let me put you like let me put my D into your P. I was like, yeah, I was like, I see enough of that. Like, I was like, it'd be the same thing. I was just like, you know, just write something that's like clever, tasteful. You know,
Mm.
that'll still get the message out.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
yeah.
you know, yeah. I mean, because no, I mean, no disrespect to them who do that, but you know, I'm just saying, like, because sometimes with subtlety, it can still get the job done because it still plays with your imagination, you know.
Man,
correct,
I hear
and that's what
so
I
much
like.
erotica sort of on this platform even, and it's almost like pub talk, right? Let's try and jam in as many expletives as we can and vulgarities in there, and it's just like uh, pub talk after a few whiskeys or beers, right? It's just, yeah, but this is cleverly done and really tasteful and enjoyable as well,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and always
Bradley's
leaving that respect.
Yeah,
Because in that
Love you too.
sexuality, as we were saying before, in a relationship, you got to have that respect, right? And discovering each other, what are each person's triggers, but and to bring them that pleasure, thinking pleasure beyond ourselves.
Mhm.
And I think again, that's a respectful journey all the way through, and constant talking, whether you've been together for 1 year or 10 years or 20 years. I think it's important to keep, besides that emotional connection and the joyous part of the experiences of our communities and our and the globe as at large. But even that physical intimacy, it's important not to forget what brought you
Right.
together, right? Not to forget and to keep those fires burning. That in itself keeps both people's focus on the relationship and don't look outside. And again, all that's through that respect and the way you communicated that narrative, that physical attraction, with utmost respect, and added that bit of humor as well there.
There are a couple of spots I could talk about, but we're not we're not going to do that. But no, it was a very well written poem.
Thank
Yeah,
It
beautiful.
was.
you very
And
much.
You're welcome,
Kem, as I've
dear.
said to many guests, as I say to all the guests, this is not the last time. This is just the first time. As things eventuate in your creative sort of passage over the coming year, months, whatever, as the events come in there, I'm more than happy to bring you back on again. So it's not the last time, right? Don't think of it as the first and last. It's just the first time. And as events come in there, I'm sure Gemini will let me know or reach out to me, and we can make this happen again, because I've absolutely enjoyed 2 hours have gone past and it doesn't feel like
I
it.
know.
It's just been a pleasure. I've enjoyed every minute. I've enjoyed our conversations, but most of all, my friend, I love meeting genuine, authentic people, and man, you lift an old man's heart to meet somebody like to meet somebody like you. The way I see it, as I say to my son, he's the future of the nation, right? And it's good if when I see meet people like that, meet people with the right frame of mind, the authenticity, the right intent, the respect for people. Well, it gives me faith in humanity, Noreen, with the next generation. It really does.
Oh, Cam, you already know how I feel about you. Um,
Kem spinning. I think
oh,
he's
his
about his
phone is
phone.
about to die.
I think it just died because he's spinning for me.
Yeah, but
Gemini.
he will see this afterwards. Cam, you already know how I feel about you. I love you. I appreciate your poetry, your authenticity. You're always so respectful and so caring. So it was wonderful for me to introduce people to you. So I hope to see your journey and be part of it, and I hope that we can share it with the rest of the world.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you, Gemini, for introducing Kem. And Kem, sorry you had to exit with your phone dying, but nevertheless, thank you very much, my friend, for it's been a great couple of hours. I absolutely loved every minute of it, all our conversations. I love the poetry you shared. And Gemini, thank you for introducing yet another quality person into to feature on this show. It's been great.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
and as always, thank you for all your input and your contributions and your support in making this happen. And it was really lovely to see you, to have Ken get you blushing there as well and not falling off
Oh
your perch.
Lord.
But last but not least, by any means, thank you to all our audience who's popped in and out. Steve, you've been there throughout the show supporting Kem, and Kate. Really lovely to see you join us, and we're still waiting to lock in a date for you. Um, but also Alexander and all that who came in and had to leave before. Thank you to everybody, because without you, without your comments, without your support, it's hard for the featured guests to really give more of themselves. And your support and your encouragement and your comments really help them to really expound and give more of themselves without any restrictions. So thank you to all of you who do that. Without you, it's not a show. Right? It's
Yeah,
just three people
it's
talking.
just us bantering back and forth and him trying to get hit in the throat. That's all it is. Without you
Steve,
guys, y'all saved him from himself. So I thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show because without you, he can get himself in trouble.
who are you talking about, Kim or me?
Here we go
I
again.
don't know who you're talking about. It couldn't be me, surely.
No, Kim is an angel. Don't talk about my baby like that.
Oh, so you're talking about me?
Oh, oh, ding, ding, ding.
Look, I think this people on this platform know what an innocent guy I am and how I'm just unmercifully threatened with physical violence of chops to the throat and whatever.
Oh, dang, you have them so fooled. That's okay. That's okay.
Thank you, Kate. Poet Khan, good to see you. So thank you again all. Have a wonderful weekend. My weekend's, well, halfway done there or quarter of the way done there because it's lunchtime Saturday for me. So enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed. And to anybody that I haven't spoken to or been shared a screen with or been even in the room with, wish you all every success in 2024 and all the happiness life has to offer. Thanks again, Steve, Kate, and everybody else, Boat Khan, everybody else who's been in and out of the room. Thank you. And Kem, really lovely, brother. Really lovely. Stay safe, stay blessed, and we'll talk soon. Thank
Good
you,
night,
Gemini.
everybody. You're welcome. Thank you. Ciao.
Yeah.